Hi, welcome to our channel, MasteringU. In this video, we are gonna talk about a very interesting topic that is known as procrastination. We will see what procrastination is, how our brain reacts when it comes to procrastination, and what are some of the habits that you should develop in order to combat procrastination and increase the productivity. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So procrastination is a major problem usually found in students learning new things, professionals working in professional organizations. We will see what that procrastination is and how you can avoid it. So first of all, we're going to see what procrastination is. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks or responsibilities, often by focusing on less important or easier activities instead. It typically occurs despite knowing that the delayed task is important or needs to be completed within a specific time frame. But due to some factors that are the causes of procrastination, which we are going to see in the upcoming part of this video, often leads to stress, anxiety, or last-minute rushing. Sometimes we procrastinate to get short-term relief, which might have long-term negative impacts or consequences. As an example, let's say if you are working in a customer support of an organization and you keep getting emails from a lot of customers, and your responsibility is to responding all those emails as soon as possible, but due to procrastination, you got lazy enough and stop responding all those emails until they build up to an overwhelming amount, which definitely affects your job performance. So the second example is that you are putting off doing the laundry until there are no clean clothes left to wear. So these are some of the examples of procrastination. Now we will see the causes of procrastination. The first one is the fear of failure, the anxiety about not completing a task perfectly. Perfection, striving for flawless results can lead to endless delays. Lack of motivation, poor time management, overwhelm or stress, distractions and environment, lack of energy, negative mood and emotions. You may be feeling guilty or frustrated. Instant gratification. Instant gratification is something, it's a fact that our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So tasks that seems overwhelming or unenjoyable tends to get pushed aside. So there's something very important that is linked with instant gratification is the brain's dopamine system, which is responsible for pleasure and reward, and it plays a huge role in different functions of brain. So you might be wondering, what is a dopamine? Dopamine is basically a chemical or a neurotransmitter that passes signals between two neuron cells within a brain system. So dopamine is basically, it plays a key role in various functions of the brain, including learning something new, changing of mood, changing of emotions, or it often refers to as feels-good neurotransmitter because it involves inside the brain system and helps regulate feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. So whenever you are involved in any kind of activity that gives you pleasure, like if you are listening to your favorite song, or you might be eating your favorite dish that gives you pleasure, that is enjoyable, this is because the dopamine system is producing that chemical that is known as dopamine. And this is how our brain reacts when it comes to pleasure and satisfaction. So the next thing is to see the techniques to avoid procrastination. Overcoming procrastination can be tricky, but now it's time to show you a few effective techniques that you should try. But before moving to those techniques, I would like to say that overcoming procrastination, it is a process. It's not a one-time fix. So consistency is the key to developing new habits. The first one is to just start. Often the hardest part is beginning. Commit to just working for 5 minutes. Once you start, you will often find it easier to keep going. So, in order to combat procrastination, you should focus on initiating action rather than perfection. You should start the task, even if it's just a small step, as motivation, and momentum often follow the initial effort. Number two, break tasks into smaller pieces. A large task can feel overwhelming. Break them down into small, manageable steps to make them less intimidating. So, by breaking down a large, complicated task into smaller, manageable steps, can help you overcome the procrastination and builds momentum. And it feels a sense of accomplishment as you progress towards your goals. So, you need to focus on the progress. Each completed step brings you closer to completion and builds momentum. The third is to use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes and then take 5-minute break. This helps maintain focus and gives your mind a rest. So you can either use your smartwatch or smartphone in order to set a 25 minutes timer, and after working 25 minutes you should take a break of 5 minutes, and after the break you can just continue your work from where you left it off. The fourth one is to set clear deadlines. Giving yourself a specific time to complete a task can help create a sense of urgency and prevent endless delays. So you could use a to-do list that lists all the tasks or responsibilities that you have to complete based on your priorities and deadlines. Okay. The fifth one is to eliminate distractions. Identify your main distractions like phone, social media, and minimize them while working. Use apps or tools that block distracting sites if necessary. So you might be working in an uncomfortable workspace that might contain some distracting noise that makes it difficult to focus. So another thing that you can do is to turn on the do not disturb mode in your smartphone. That is basically designed to silence all those irritating phone calls and notification sounds while you are working on any task. So this is a good practice that you should follow. The sixth one is to find your peak energy times. Monitor and figure out when you are most productive during the day and schedule tasks strategically. So you should schedule high-demanding tasks that requires deep focus and creativity during your peak energy periods, and you should allocate less mentally demanding tasks like administrative work or meetings during your energy dips. And the seventh one is the accountability. Share your goals with someone else. Having someone else hold you accountable can motivate you to keep going. So telling a friend or a family member or a colleague about your goals and planned actions can create a sense of commitment and obligation, and making it much difficult to procrastinate. The eighth and last, reward yourself. Set up a small reward system to incentivize completing tasks, whether it's a treat, a break, or something else that you enjoy. So after completing any task, you should do something that you enjoy and reward yourself. You can just take a break, listen to your favorite music. You can spend a little bit of time with nature, or you can also play a video game as a reward. So let's see an inspiring story of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, a very famous book that I would like to recommend you to read. He struggled with procrastination throughout his life. He credits his eventual success to developing small, consistent habits. At one point, he made a commitment to write a small amount each day, even if it was just a sentence or two. He found that over time, these small actions compounded, leading him to complete his best-selling book, Atomic Habits. Claire's story highlights how focusing on tiny manageable steps can help overcome the inertia of procrastination. So this leads to end of this video, and in the end I would like to say that procrastination is a habit, so as productivity you can change your narrative. And I would like to ask all the viewers to comment out all of their strategies and what challenges do they face when it comes to avoiding procrastination. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you.